Hi guys, it's Kirby. Welcome to my channel. We are still in April, so you know that we are still doing April dupes all month long because a long time ago I thought April Fools, April dupes, how cute. And so this is like the 7th or 8th year that we've done it. I have a whole playlist. Go check it out. None of these videos are sponsored. I have purchased all of this makeup and whatnot with my own money, so if you see a mini or a bundle or anything like that, just know that we're trying to stretch our pennies far. We're trying to pinch our pennies and make our budget go as far as possible. And it is very important that today you know this is not sponsored. Because if you have been on YouTube, this company in particular usually sponsors people. I am not sponsored in this video. I purchased this on my own. Went onto my computer, purchased, here we are. And it's because I was genuinely curious about the quality and whatnot, because I have seen so many sponsorships by this company. So let's get into it. Today we are doing a perfume dupe. So we are going to be facing off the Dolce & Gabbana light blue with Dossier. Again, these people are everywhere on the internet sponsoring all kinds of people, or at least the people that I watch. I watch a lot of thrifting content, and Dossier sponsors a lot of those people, which is not a problem at all, but I was genuinely curious to see if the quality was as similar as people say it is. So we are trying out Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana, and they're inspired by fragrance, which is inspired by this. Let's start with Dossier to talk a little bit about them. This is the package that I got. I ordered light blue. I only ordered one fragrance, but they kind of do a the more you buy, the more you save type of a discount, if you will. So if you buy 3 or more, you save a certain percentage to, you know, so on and so forth. So the more fragrances you buy, the more money you can save on their actual website. I don't wear a lot of perfume, so I did not purchase all of, like, so many perfumes to get like free shipping and all of that jazz. This is the box that it comes in. Iconic scents, designer quality, no markups. It comes with a little thing about the fragrance itself. So this is the bottle. Again, very nicely packaged. It is a glass bottle, which is also super nice. Dossier does not name their perfumes after the like duped perfume or the high-end perfume. So this one is Citrus Green Apple, but it does say on the website inspired by Dolce & Gabbana light blue for women. So if you have a like signature high-end scent and you're like, I know I love this, this is what I want, you can go and find that very easy on their website. Their website was incredibly easy to navigate, which was super nice, and I was very shocked at the quality of the bottle of perfume that came. It has a magnet top, which is super nice. My one complaint with Dossier, and they have recently changed this a little bit, or they're getting more into different things, is that the size of all of the fragrances are the same. So this is a 50 milliliter, 1.75 fluid ounces bottle. This is like the standard size that they offer in all of their fragrances. Just recently, they have created a mini bundle where they have taken some of their most popular fragrances and they've created like little mini travel sizes, which for me, someone who doesn't wear perfume all that often or likes to keep the little like sample or travel sizes in her purse, is like an amazing size, and I wish that they offered more of their fragrances in those sizes, so fingers crossed, hopefully that'll happen soon. And then they also, in some of their most popular scents, offer value sizes, which is like double this size, which would be like 100 milliliters. And that's like, you gotta be using your perfume like all day, every day, and that's not my vibe. But they do offer that in some of their fragrances. They also have original scents that they have created. They have it organized into like women's, men's, unisex, although I feel like anybody can use any fragrance. It's not like a girl guy thing, you know, everybody, all, to quote Maui. Anyways, So yeah, it also tells you on the bottle top notes, middle notes, base notes. For this one, top notes, green apple, lime, cedrat. Middle notes, bluebell, jasmine, rose. Base notes, amber, cedarwood, musk. Again, this one from Dossier is called Citrus Green Apple. It also comes with a card that also gives like a 20% concentration, what it's inspired by, a thank you, our mission, how it works, and all that jazz. Again, it was super easy to order from them. It wasn't like difficult or anything like that. They also have a money back guarantee so that if you don't like it, you can return the scent or exchange the scent or something like that. I personally really like this scent. I actually went out of my way to find a scent that I liked. It took a lot of sniffing at Sephora, but I found it. They also do offer some of their fragrances in store at Walmart, which is really nice. I personally did not prefer any of those scents. It is a very limited selection that they offer in store at Walmart, but they do also offer them online at Walmart as well, if you're wanting to save a little bit of money on like shipping and things like that. This bottle, after we got through all of that, this bottle was listed at $29.95 for 50 milliliters. To ship it to me was $9. There was tax of $2.86, and then there was like a 95-cent discount because I only purchased the one. If I would have purchased more, I would have gotten a steeper discount. They also have like some sort of like subscription service thing. I don't know. That was again a little bit more confusing to me. I just wanted the 1 cent. So total, this bottle cost me $40.86 with shipping and all that jazz. Today we're only going to be really addressing the $29.95, like the base price for it, but know that there was shipping and that this one bottle cost me $40 and change if you're looking to only order one bottle. Moving on to the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is a fragrance that has existed for quite some time. I purchased mine from Sephora and I only got the little travel one because, again, I don't need 2 full-size fragrances of the same fragrance, especially not being a huge perfume wearer myself. So I got the smaller one. This one was $33 and it's 0.33 fluid ounces or 10 milliliters, so 5 times less than the Dossier one. Again, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue has a lot of different types of light blues out there as well. They have a light blue for men, they have a light blue intense, a light blue summer. There's a lot of variations of light blue, but this is like the OG. It does come in a lot of different sizes. There is this travel or mini size, which is the 10 milliliters for $33. Then they have one that is 25 milliliters, which is $75. A 50 milliliter is $95, so the same size as this is $95 in this. And then a 100 milliliter, which is $124, and then a like value size, which is 200 milliliters for $161, which is a lot. So if we're looking at the price variation, if you're looking to use Dossier for price, you know, reasons, the difference between these 2 sizes is about $3.05 for the base price, not including shipping or anything like that, or not tax or anything. So you're saving about $3.05 for these sizes. This is 5 times bigger than this. So for $3 extra, you can get 5 times the scent. Just reminding everybody about the sizes. For the 25 milliliter, which is half of this, it's a $45.05 savings. For the 50 milliliter, which is the same size as this, it is a $68.05 savings. For the 100 milliliter, which is double this size, it is a $94.05 savings. And then for the value, which is 200 milliliters, which is 4 times this size, it's $131.05 savings. So even at its smallest size, it is still a savings of a minimum of $3 up to a maximum of $131. So yeah. On the box of the Dolce & Gabbana, it says the scent notes are lemon, Granny Smith apple, and cedarwood. Let me see if there are any other ones. All it really says is the fragrance family, fresh, scent type, fresh citrus fruits, keynotes, citrus, apple, bamboo. Fragrance description, the sensuality of sun-drenched skin, the bracing breeze of the Mediterranean Sea, the fruity and floral scents of vegetation. Dolce & Gabbana light blue captures the quintessence of a summer day lulled by gentle waves lapping against the enchanting cliffs of Capri. Isn't that a wonderful sentiment? If you are familiar or unfamiliar with how I do dupes on my channel, we try to test them side by side. So I'm going to be using the Dolce & Gabbana on this arm and the Dossier on this arm, and we're going to try to not like combine them or like spritz them. So I'll be like spraying over here. It might be off camera, but I don't want their like fall off or like spritzes to combine with each other. But right off the bat, they smell very similar. I can't exactly know what it is, but the Dolce & Gabbana smells a little bit more fresher, and the Dossier smells a little bit more on the fruity side, or like, yeah, the Dossier smells a little more fruity, and the Dolce & Gabbana smells a little bit more on like the earthy side. Yes, earthy, that's what it is. I wanted to say mature, but not in like an old lady like powdery way. All right, but they do smell really, really similar. So now we're going to spray them on my arm and let them sit for a moment, because sometimes perfumes kind of interact with your skin differently. Like in the bottle, they'll smell one way, and then when they get on your skin, they'll kind of interact with your body temperature and pH and all that stuff like differently. So we're going to see how differently these scents dry down and interact with, personally, my skin. They might interact with yours differently, but you know, that's that. So we're gonna spray it over here. We're gonna do two nice sprays. This is like how I imagine summer to smell like. Like, I love it. Okay, now for the Dossier. Okay. Right off the bat, they smell the same. Yeah. You really, in the beginning of the Dossier one, you really smell that green apple and citrus. And then it really does kind of like cut to that cedarwood and musk really, really quickly. Like those top notes really dissipate quickly on the Dossier. And the Dossier, I feel like, has a stronger base notes, whereas I feel like the Dolce and the Gabbana kind of dissipates decently quickly, but like you can still smell it. It doesn't have as strong of an artificial fragrance. Does that make sense? Like the fragrance on the Dolce and Gabbana side is kind of like, it smells like it's melting into my skin, and I know that's gonna sound weird for a perfume, but it smells like it's just kind of like my own natural scent, whereas when I smell the Dossier side, it very much smells like a perfume on my skin, which again isn't a problem. I want a perfume to like stick with me, but trying to differentiate the differences between the high-end perfume versus not a knockoff, but like a more economical perfume, like this is what I'm smelling is the difference. Here's what I will say is that they are very similar in scent, like to the point where I'm having a very difficult time differentiating the two between each other. The Dolce & Gabbana, and I don't know if this is because of how it sprays, because the Dolce & Gabbana had a much more aerated spray. It was a little less direct and wet. It was much more a very light mist. It smells very delicate on my skin, and it smells like it's melting into like my own natural fragrance. Like, this is just how I smell, if that makes sense. The Dossier had a much more heavy spray to it, with still being very light. It was a little bit more on the wet side, and it has a little bit more of an artificial scent to it, where like it doesn't smell like it's my own scent, or it's not like melting into my skin. It very much smells like it's staying on top of my skin, and the top notes are very, very prevalent in the beginning, and then it dissipates really, really quickly to the bottom notes, the mid and the base notes. Whereas I feel like the Dolce & Gabbana, all of the perfume notes kind of like mixed together. You're still getting that like little bit of citrus and green apple with a Dolce & Gabbana, but it isn't as aggressive as the Dossier. I feel like if you're a perfume wearer every single day, Dossier is the way to go, because the scents are almost identical. It's just how they kind of like sit on the skin is like a little bit different. Whereas if you're having like a special occasion, if you have the money to be able to afford it, you know, going with a little travel size to like treat yourself to a nice luxury fragrance for like your wedding or maybe prom, or, you know, again, something very, very like once in a lifetime type of situation would not be a bad idea, just because of the way that it like sits on the skin and is formulated slightly differently. You know, that would be a nice treat for yourself. Whereas like the everyday wearer who's using perfume like a body mist, because I'd be spritzing my body mist 10 times, would be easier for Dossier. But overall, they are like the exact same scent, and how they smell in the bottle on the skin is pretty much the exact same. There's a few notes that are a little bit different in them, and then there's a few notes that are a little stronger than others in them. But overall, very, very satisfied with the Dossier experience, and also like the high-end perfume experience. Please remember, if you're only buying one fragrance from Dossier, there is shipping and tax and everything, so that like baseline price is going to be a little bit higher. You're still saving tons and tons of money depending on what fragrance you actually get though. They have pages and pages and pages of fragrances to get, not just the light blue from Dolce & Gabbana. They have so many. Would I purchase from Dossier again? Absolutely. I know that there's also a lot of other companies out there that are doing the same thing that Dossier is doing. It's just this one keeps popping up on my timeline like everywhere. People are getting sponsored, these thrifting girlies are getting sponsored, and so I really was just interested and curious if they were like an actual dupe, and they are. If you have any experience with Dossier or any of the other fragrance companies that like cut the luxury tax of fragrances, you know, let me know down in the comment section and like your experience, and maybe even some fragrances to try out. We can swap with everybody to see what everything is about for Dossier and what fragrances are good and bad and things like that. But yeah, would I order from Dossier again? Absolutely. I do think that what they say is true. And even if you're a first-time perfume wearer and you're just getting into it and you don't want to spend all of that money on a luxury fragrance or like a name brand fragrance, going with Dossier, especially with like their return policy and things like that, I think that it's a really good opportunity for you to. Again, not sponsored. This is not a sponsored post, you guys. I promise. I purchased this all with my money. The only thing I will say about like the higher end fragrances is that they sell it in a lot of places like Ulta, Sephora, department stores and things, so they're a little bit more widely available. Like you can purchase them at more places than these dupe companies, the like perfume dupe companies like Dossier and things like that. So that's the one thing I will say, is that like if you need your fragrance like now, it's a little bit easier to get your hands on the luxury fragrance versus the Dossier, even though the shipping was fast for Dossier. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, give it a big old thumbs up and let me know what you thought down in the comment section below. Like I said before, let's start a conversation. Tell me your experience with Dossier or any of the other perfume companies that dupe the high-ends out there, and even some fragrance recommendations if you have any. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I would hate for you to miss out on any more videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys.